Welcome to FootballGamePlan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 3 preview between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New England Patriots. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Bucs.
The Bucs had numerous opportunities to come away victorious versus New Orleans, but they didn't capitalize in the red zone, and their well-balanced offensive approach should allow them the ability to move the football versus New England. But what has to get better, like I mentioned before, their red zone efficiency, and you also can't beat yourselves versus the Patriots or any team for that matter. Now, I'm a big fan of the Bucs defense. They're physical and they match up well versus the Patriots. Now, the key this week will be the hashes and in the slots, whether it's the linebackers in nickel coverage or the slot cornerbacks. They'll be asked to step up and play big-time ball this week versus New England. Now let's look at New England in this matchup, and the Patriots can spread the Bucs out, but in order for that to be effective, the receivers need a better game, obviously. And I understand it was a rainstorm, but you have to be able to line up where you're supposed to be and run the routes that you're supposed to run. Knowing your assignments has nothing to do with the weather. Now defensively versus Tampa Bay, you have to be ready to defend the power play as well as the lead run type plays that the Bucs love to run downhill. Their run game is similar to the Jets, but much more explosive with Doug Martin in the backfield, and that's mission number one if you want to beat Tampa this week at home.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense has been playing some great football so far, but here's how their offense can get it going in the red zone versus the New England Patriots. They're going to have to score touchdowns in order to knock off the Patriots, so they haven't been able to score in the red zone. Here's how they can get it done by just getting creative in their formations. You see where I put Vincent Jackson in the backfield? We're going to utilize his big body as a shield because we want the tight end to get the football in the back of the end zone. So let's just imagine that this right here is your goal line, or you're within 5 yards. So what we're going to do, we're going to split out the wide receivers to the bottom of the numbers. We're going to have these guys, so that expands the defense. So we're going to have those guys run those takeoff routes, those fade routes. Essentially, they're dummy routes. They're just to occupy the cornerback and hopefully to split the safety to either side. So you want to widen out that defense horizontally so you can attack it vertically. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring Vincent Jackson in motion out of the backfield, thus drawing attention. One of you already drawing attention to him because he's in the backfield, so everybody's going to be keen on Vincent Jackson. So now when you put him in motion, people thinking, oh, well, they're going to go to Vincent Jackson on the quick out, and that's what we want them to think. Because now you're sprinting him out, whipping him back inside, settling down inside, in front of the center, right in front of the linebacker. Why? Because we're running a play-action fake to Doug Martin. That's going to hold this linebacker here. And while everybody's focused on Vincent Jackson, we slip the tight end to the back of the end zone. And that's where we want to go with the football. So that's just a little way that they can utilize Vincent Jackson as a decoy in the red zone while really hiding their true intention of getting the football behind the backers, in front of the safeties, as you expand those guys out to cover those corners. So that way the Bucs can finally put some points on the board in the red zone and hopefully come away victorious versus New England. In order for the New England Patriots to have success versus Tampa Bay, they're going to have to stop the run. And we know the Buccaneers love to run ISO, power, and one of their staples in the running game is the counter trey. And I have it drawn up here. Now I'm going to step out the way and explain how the Patriots can stop the counter trey of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You see everybody's responsibility. Let me go through it right now. You're going to have the strong side backer. His job is to reverse and fence. So he's going to hold this tight end at the line of scrimmage. Don't allow himself to get pushed back. You're going to have the defensive end trying to cross face of the fullback that's coming to lead, blocking wrong shoulder, and you're a B-gap player. That's what you got to play. You got to work hard to play that B-gap. Give him the wrong shoulder, and that way you can fight inside. Now we have Vince Wilfork playing an under technique over the center. Don't allow the center to turn your body. Fight that to maintain the line of scrimmage here, as well as the defensive tackle seeing the down block by the play side tackle. Don't allow yourself to get washed. Don't allow yourself to get turned. Hold your own at the point of attack, because we have the defensive end spilling wrong shoulder once again to the pulling guard. Spill it wrong shoulder creates the lane for the safety to come up and make the tackle as well, because we're running a counter here. I forgot to draw it up, but we're running a counter off tackle here. And it's up to these middle backers. Right now, you see the down block coming from the guard. Middle backer on the strong side, his job is to not allow himself to get blocked. He has to force right here where the pulling tackle is coming in. His job is to meet that tackle right here. We have the weak side backers' job is to avoid the pulling tackle coming over, and to try to help spill this outside to where the strong safety makes the play. So you see, it's all about assignment football when stopping what the Buccaneers do offensively as far as with their power and their counters. If the Patriots can do that, they have a really good chance of putting the Buccaneers in second and long and third and long situations.
Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. For Tampa Bay, tying up loose ends is first and foremost. Remember, the Bucs could have beaten the Jets as well as the Saints if they were able to do the little things well. That's important this week versus New England. And the intermediate passing game will have to be excellent this week versus that Patriots defense. You have to be able to hit those short to intermediate passes, then take your shots deep down the field. And you want to shrink the ball game. Like I said before, one of the more explosive running attacks in the league. No one wants to stop the power or the ISOs, and you have one of the best backs in the game in Doug Martin. Shrink this ball game and let your defense do a great job in the fourth quarter getting you a victory. Now for the Patriots in this ball game, the biggest matchup will be Aqib Talib versus Vincent Jackson. That's a battle Talib has to win throughout the course of the game, and the receivers definitely have to step up. You can't state that enough. These guys have to do a better job of being where they're supposed to be and also executing. And you want to get better run fits versus Tampa. A lot of times versus that counter play, you want to take the wrong shoulder approach to flush things outside to your spilled defender, and if they can do that, they can slow down what the Bucs want to do running the football. The X factor for the Bucs will be their interior offensive line. Interior pressure kills any passing attack, but in the Bucs case, when they run the football, they love to put those guards on the move, and they're going to have to get Vince Wilfork blocked up front in order to have any type of success this week versus New England. The X factor for the Patriots in this ball game will be the running game. I know Stephen really has your heart skipping beats when he carries the football because of his propensity to put it on the ground, but you definitely need him to win this game versus Tampa. He has that burst and acceleration that you want in and out of the holes. I like the Patriots in this ball game. I think this will be another game between two outstanding defenses. The difference will be, can the Bucs find a third receiver or a tight end that can take some of the pressure off the flanks? If they can do that, they can definitely win this game. But right now, I see the Patriots being able to spread the Bucs out defensively and running the football off tackle. I think that's how they're going to win this week versus the Buccaneers. Just want to give a huge shout out to Patriot fan forums and Buck fan forums for always showing football game plan support.